Hello and welcome to this BIM-Speed training video. My name is Jan-Derek Braun, working for Hochtief Vicon, and I would like to explain how BIM-Speed's methodology toolkit works. The BIM-Speed methodology toolkit supports the identification of data to be collected on site to fulfill the aimed renovation goals for refurbishment projects. Based on the chosen renovation phase, rebar stage and business processes, the relevant use cases, and therefore the data to be collected, will be listed. The main objective of Work Package 1 of BIM-Speed project is about collecting and understanding data of existing buildings. So the first questions which pop up are: which data is required, in which format, and for which purpose? To answer these questions, BIM-Speed developed the methodology toolkit. Another important question is, who can use this tool? The BIM-Speed methodology toolkit should be used by everybody who is in any way responsible to collect specific data to support the renovation process. Since the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit is based on a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet using Power Pivot, nearly everybody is enabled to use the tool. This training will explain the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit focusing on three main topics. Purpose of the tool. We'll start highlighting identified challenges and how BIM-Speed approaches them. In development, we will see which ideas led to the methodology toolkit. And finally, we will have a glance at the application itself and demonstrate the functionalities. Let's start with the purpose of the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit to understand how it fits the big picture. BIM-Speed identified some challenges which have to be addressed. Data collection is mostly done by gathering as much data as possible, but without knowing the required information and the required level of detail. Such insufficient procedures lead to much efforts for post-processing the data to bring them into usable data formats. After that has been done, the data has to be shared to enable collaboration among all involved experts, but, which is obvious, without loss of any information. Finally, which is more related to research, the findings should be transferred onto sites. Just theoretical findings should be avoided. BIM-Speed defined following approaches to handle these challenges. To get knowledge about which data has to be collected, the requirements have to be derived from the use cases, which have to be applied in the refurbishment project. To speed up post-processing, new methods and tools have to be developed to provide the required information in the right format. All these information should be shared and provided on the BIM-Speed platform, the IT environment developed to serve refurbishment projects. To guarantee the transfer of the benefits from research findings to operational use, the methods and tools should be evaluated on several demonstration projects located all across Europe. The BIM-Speed methodology toolkit will focus on identification of the requirements. Let's have a closer look at the development of the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit to understand the idea behind. The idea behind the concept for the toolkit is to start from BIM-Speed's main objectives and identify the relevant use cases. Based on those most relevant use cases, we would like to derive the information which are required to perform the use cases. To enable this concept for developing the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit, two questions have to be clarified. First, what are these main objectives of BIM-Speed project? This is easy to answer. BIM-Speed aims at increasing energy performance of buildings, reduce costs of refurbishment projects, speed up related processes, and finally increase inhabitants' comfort. And that leads to the second question, which use cases are supporting these objectives? So first of all, we have to define what is meant by use case and which terminology are we using in BIM-Speed project. Renovation goals. Renovation goals are the aims which should be achieved, or with other words, the main objectives. Business processes. Business processes are those tasks which will commonly be performed to reach those goals. This is independent from BIM, but the processes are regularly used in the construction sector. BIM use cases. BIM use cases support the business processes by using the BIM methodology. Methods. And finally, the methods are the way of working to serve the BIM use cases. All those information have been structured in a huge Treeview Excel sheet to identify which BIM use cases and BIM methods will serve which BIM-Speed main objectives. Beside those main objectives which have been incorporated as filter options, BIM-Speed renovation phases, rebar stages, descriptions, and finally the data to be collected has been added to the table. Summarized, the Treeview table represents the requirements approach or top-down approach and answers the question, what are the requirements to reach a specified goal? Since the Treeview table is not very intuitive to be used, the application of the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit has been created. Let's have a closer look at the application and see how to use it. The BIM-Speed methodology toolkit is, as mentioned earlier, a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet using Power Pivot. To ease the way of using it, all necessary steps are described within the tool. Let's start with choosing the cost factor as our main objective. By clicking on Costs, the filter will be activated and all other options will be reduced to just show which items will address the costs factor. As another filter, we choose Renovation Design as our relevant BIM-Speed renovation phase. Again, all items which are not focusing on renovation design will fall apart. In the third step, we can choose a specific business process, a BIM use case, or a specific method. For now, we go for the BIM use case construction planning. Our results will be shown in the section Data to be collected. It is split in 3 sections. Data, referring directly to the 3D model. Data, which has to be measured directly on site. And data, which is collected continuously by senders. To get further information about the use cases and on which BIM-Speed demonstration project the use case will be evaluated, we have to switch to the next page. Here we can choose a specific use case and/or a specific method. The list below shows on which demonstration site the chosen topic will be demonstrated. This ends the training video about the BIM-Speed methodology toolkit. Many thanks for watching, and keep in mind, knowledge of required information empowers smooth refurbishment.